Hey, what's up, YouTube? I am Henry Vernon from ACC Driving School. I'm gonna run through the driving tests at a South Florida DMV. I can show you what the location look like. I can't tell you where it is, but I can show you what it looks like. I'm gonna be doing it in this car, right? Usually I have the driving school cars that I use to do the test, but I'm doing it in one of the cars from my other channel because I wanted to do a standard shift, a stick shift. I want to do the driving test in a stick shift car, so I'm using this car for the test. So I'm just show you what it looks like. If you haven't seen this car, this is one of my cars that I use on the Exotic Car Culture YouTube channel. That is my car channel, so it's Exotic Car Culture. So I'm using this car so I can show you guys how you do it in a stick shift car. I'm sure there are people using standard shift cars for their driving tests. So I'm gonna do that and hope you enjoy it. Okay. Let's set this camera up. Suppose that is decent. All right. Put on my seatbelt as usual. All right, so yeah. The examiner will ask you, if you're parked facing uphill, what direction do you turn the steering wheel? The answer is left, away from the curb. And then they'll ask you, what else do? You put the car in park, you pull up your parking brake, and you turn off the ignition. That's what they're gonna ask you. Those are the answers to the questions. That's gonna be done sometime during the test, probably when you park in between the cones on the other end. But they'll ask those questions. But again, I'm gonna ask you guys to subscribe. Please subscribe to my other YouTube channels. Exotic Car Culture, that's the car channel that I use this car and another car on. And then I have Sequence Sound. It's a sound system channel if you're into music, reggae music, Jamaican music, dancehall music. That channel covers any and everything as it relates to sound system and Jamaican reggae music. So, Sequence Sound and Exotic Car Culture. Now, let me take you through the driving test. Like I said, they're gonna ask the questions. Then they're gonna ask you to do your turn signals, right? So you signal left, you signal right, you blow the horn, and you press and release the brake. They're gonna ask you to do all of those things to make sure the brake lights are working, turn signal lights are working, the horn's working. Again, they will not take you out in a car if those things are not working, right? So now the examiner will get into the car and they'll tell you to reverse and go to the right. So we're gonna go reverse and go to the right. So we put the car in reverse. You gotta look behind you as you roll back. Look both ways here because cars could be coming from either direction. When your mirror is past the end of the line is here and your mirror here is past the end of the line, you're gonna turn all the way to the left and you're gonna reverse. Looking behind, and you're going to put it back in first. In this case, I'm putting it in first because again, this is a standard shift car. So it doesn't change automatically. You gotta change the gears yourself. So you come to the stop sign here, you stop, you signal left. They're gonna say make a left, you signal left. And then you look, make sure it's clear, and then you go out. During the driving test, I feel like you wouldn't have to do more than first and second because it's a parking lot and you're going relatively slow. So you're gonna make a left turn here. So you make sure you signal. And again, maximum speed in the parking lot is gonna be about 10. So right now I'm still in first gear. So you wouldn't need to do maximum first and second, right? So you stop here, you look both ways, and then you go. And I'm still in first gear, so you come to this stop sign here, and you're making a left turn. So you come to a complete stop. Now, when you stop, if you drive stick shift, you know you have to push the clutch down so the car doesn't shut off, or you can put it in neutral. So we're gonna look both ways here and then go ahead and make a left turn. And again, I'm still in first gear. There's no need to change the gears. It's too short and too slow for that. stop here, and they're going to tell you to make a right turn, so you signal right. Okay. Okay. So first and second, they're going to tell you to make a right turn here, so you turn, and then they'll tell you to stop about here. And the next thing you're gonna do is called a quick stop. So you're gonna speed up to 20 or maybe 15 and do a sudden stop, right? So speed up. And you stop, sudden stop, like that. Then they'll say reverse in a straight line. So you look behind, you keep the wheel straight, and you roll straight back until they tell you to stop. Now you have to be in your lane here. You can't end up on the other side of the road, and you cannot end up in the parking lot, in the parking spaces, right? So stop about here. Again, you have to roll back in the middle of your lane. Now they're gonna tell you to do the 3-point turn. So you signal left, put the car back in first gear, turn all the way left. And you're gonna roll forward and stop before you go into the parking spaces, right? You stop about there, put the car in reverse, turn all the way to the right. Look over your left shoulder and reverse. When your mirror here is past the middle line, which is about here, you're gonna stop, put the car back in first gear, signal left again, and go left. Okay. You're gonna stop at this stop sign here, and you're gonna go ahead and look both ways, make sure it's clear, and make your left turn. And again, I'm in first gear this whole time. I changed to second gear once, and I didn't really need to, because the test is done at such a slow pace that you don't need to change a whole bunch of gears. It's a very slow test, so you can use just first gear, generally speaking. Now we're gonna park here in between these cones. So you will come up and you will line up your mirror here with the cone. Mirror line up with the cone, put it in first, turn all the way left, and you roll into the parking space. When you get to the middle of the space, you straighten the wheel and you pull straight in, and that is pretty much perfect. Then they'll say reverse and go to the left. So you look behind you, you reverse. When your mirror is past the pole, so you're looking, when your mirror is past the pole like that, you turn in all the way to the right, because they're asking you to go to the left, right? Stop here, put the car back in drive, and we're gonna go to this stop sign here and make a left turn. So you signal left. Now if you don't signal, remember, every time that you don't signal, you lose 4 points. So you make sure you signal every single time, alright? So we're gonna go to the stop sign here, and we're gonna go straight across. First and second, and I'm up to 20 miles per hour, so you definitely don't need to do all that. And they're gonna say park here, so you roll into the parking space and park up, and that's the end of the test. So in this case, because the car is a stick shift now, you just put it in neutral, pull up your handbrake, and the test is done. So again, I'm gonna ask you guys to subscribe to my other YouTube channel. That would be Exotic Car Culture. That's the one I use these two cars, this car and the other car in, and Sequence Sound, which is my sound system channel. Now, if you have gotten tickets, once you get your driver's license, if you get tickets and you need the 4-hour, the 8-hour, the 12-hour traffic ticket classes, you can go to the website at accdriverseducation.com to do those classes. I have the 4-hour, the 8-hour, the 12-hour classes. I also have the 4-hour class that you need to take before you do your driving test. Also, if you need the third-party driving test, I can do that. I don't do it personally, but I am affiliated with a third-party school that does it. So you can book the third-party test through me, right? So ACC Driving School is now able to do the third-party test. So just call me, schedule. We'll, meet you there, and you can use our car for the driving test. Just call me for information on the driving test, the third-party driving test, because I know DMV appointments are impossible. So if you want to do the third-party test, we can do that for you. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.